Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Love, Light, and Life Affirmed, your daily affirmations for self love and growth. Hi, you guys. Welcome back to the channel. This is going to be your inner wisdom compass oracle message for today. Just gonna pull a few and see what you guys got going on out here in the streets right now and see what advice I could give you that might be helpful for you. All right, to all of the current followers and subscribers, welcome back, you guys. So happy to have you here again. To all of the incoming followers and subscribers, welcome in, you guys. I hope that my messages are able to give you some insight as well and help you along your journey. So let's see what comes out for today, you guys. Let's see. Let's get a message out for you guys. Give me a few more here. Okay. All right, let's start with these. Let's see. All right, what do we have for you today? Okay. All right. So let's take a look and see what we got going on. So the first card out is get help. Life can become overwhelming and sometimes even unmanageable. Now would be a great time to reach out for help before your problems destroy you. Okay. Then we have responsibility. Maturity begins when you can take responsibility for your own actions. Interesting. Okay. Then we have conqueror. Today, you are a conqueror. You are able to overcome anything life throws at you. Let's do this. It's your time. It's your time to shine and be all the Creator has created you to be. Seize the day. No mud, no lotus. Take a note from the beautiful lotus, which defies the mud and murky water to rise to the water's surface to show its beauty. Overcome adversity by blooming where you are. And then we have stand your ground. It has always been said that if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Stand up for what you believe and not be easily swayed by the beliefs and wishes of others. Interesting. So, what I'm feeling from this message right now is that I'm talking to someone who is trying to figure out how to get out of a situation. This looks relationship related, if I'm being honest. I feel like I'm talking to someone who feels trapped. They feel trapped in a relationship and they are ready to move on from the relationship. I feel like this relationship has been weighing you down for a little while. But I feel like for the time that you've been in the relationship, it's interesting. It's almost like some people feel comfortable in the uncomfortableness, if that makes sense. So even though you have not been emotionally satisfied or fulfilled within this relationship, you have settled. So you now find yourself after, the few years that you've been involved, you feel now trapped and mentally trapped. And maybe because you just don't know how to tell the person that you're with how you're feeling. Maybe you're worried about the consequences of expressing yourself to them and what that will all entail. So you know, keep it to yourself, but it is leaving you in this mental entrapment here. All the thoughts that you have, the things that you wish you could do, it all becomes a loop in your mind, trapped behind these bars. So you feel like you don't have a way out. But what this is saying to you is it is going to be your responsibility to take the action that you need to take and to conquer the situation, to overcome the situation that you're dealing with. Obviously, it takes two people to get into a relationship, but if there is only one person who is satisfied within the dynamic, and it sounds like it's you, it's going to be your responsibility to take action and do what it is you need to do to resolve this matter. Maybe you're a little bit nervous about it because it takes a level of maturity, maybe that you've never had to deal with yet. Maybe you are again worried about the other person's reaction. Maybe this person is a little bit emotional, when they hear things that they don't like or they don't get the things that they want. Maybe they act out and you usually have to deal with the consequences of those actions. And maybe this has become more about pleasing your partner, and this is why you are now no longer satisfied or fulfilled within this dynamic. But this is showing me it's your time right now. It's your time right now to stand your ground. They have been able to emotionally manipulate you, is what it sounds like, and it's left you trapped in your head. If you didn't know that that's what was going on, well, now you realize this with this message. Maybe this is the confirmation that you needed, that you are being emotionally manipulated. And it is time to speak up and stand your ground and state your emotional unhappiness, that you are not fulfilled within this dynamic because XYZ, whatever those reasons are that you feel unfulfilled, you need to let this person know. In order to get yourself out of this mud, in order to start to blossom and move in the direction of becoming the person and finding your wish fulfillment and becoming this beautiful lotus, it is your time to step up to the plate. It is your responsibility. No one can get you out of this dynamic. I mean, you can seek advice, but I think you already know the situation pretty clear for yourself here. Let me see if I can get you a few messages from the shadow work deck to help here. And then also the wounds to wisdom. Let's just see what other advice you can use in this situation. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's going to be difficult. Yes, someone is going to be unhappy. Yes, there will be consequences because it is a choice that you made. However, nothing lasts forever. So, again, let's just say if you are in this dynamic and you are not dealing with someone you have children with, once you make the decision that you are ready to move on, yes, actions need to be taken in order to do so, but you are not tied to this person. Wow. Okay. But it is going to take you taking the actions that are necessary. So there's a lot of shadow work that's needed in this dynamic. So let's talk about it because a lot of cards flew out here. Okay. So the first one is arrogance. Not seeing flaws hinders growth. no limits to learn and improve, humility, awareness, and growth. So it sounds like you may be dealing with someone that has a bit of an ego, who feels like you need to be with them or stay with them in this dynamic. And there's an arrogance, so it sounds like they lack humility. And maybe that's something that you're no longer attracted to when it comes to this person. Okay. Obviously, they're stubborn. They have found ways to, keep you from progressing, from moving forward by being emotionally manipulative towards you. Then we have break chains. The only way to overcome blocks is to confront them. Self limiting beliefs. This is for you. You will have to, again, take accountability. It will be your responsibility to break these chains necessary in order to get yourself out of this dynamic. Don't limit yourself. Closed minded, unwilling to consider others' perspectives or entertain new ideas. Be more open. Openness, receptivity. Sounds like this is the type of person that you are dealing with. They're very closed minded. They feel like the relationship dynamic should be in the way that they see fit. And again, they will emotionally manipulate you in order to keep you stuck. Feathered omens. Even the sweetest bird harbors fierce intentions, self deceit, illusion, secrets. So, this person, they look beautiful. And maybe that's what attracted you to them. They were like a peacock with all those beautiful feathers and all those beautiful colors. And they walked with their chest and their head held high, and they seemed to have it all together. But then you found that their intentions for you did not bring you wish fulfillment. Wounded healer. The wound is the place where light enters you, empathy, healing, and purpose. This person realizes that you have been wounded in your previous relationships, or maybe you have trauma when it comes to your parents, or a mother wound, or a father wound. And what they've done is use that against you in their emotional manipulation. This is something that you need to heal so that you can now awaken. Use your intuition here. You already know exactly what's happening. You are enlightened, and that's why you're feeling the pressure. That's why you feel mentally trapped in the situation, because you know exactly the person you're dealing with. You know exactly the manipulation they're using against you, and it is keeping you stuck in this dynamic. Okay. See if I can get you a little bit more advice here. Yeah, it's time, and you can feel it. Again, it's hard to take steps forward when dealing with situations like this, but it seems like it's needed right now in this situation, especially when you feel mentally trapped in a situation. It's time. It's time for you to move forward. One more, please. Okay. Let's see. Yes, this situation has you feeling isolated and lonely. There is a tendency to push people away by isolating yourself from uncomfortable situations. Look into new ways to break down the walls to create better ways to connect with others. Don't keep yourself, don't keep your light to yourself. Open up to share it. Maybe you haven't really expressed yourself and let others know that care for you, what you're feeling. Maybe you felt like you've had to keep up this facade all of these years when it comes to this relationship, so nobody really knows how lonely deep down you really are feeling in this dynamic. And maybe right now you're isolating yourself because you're trying to prevent people from truly seeing. And maybe in this situation, it's just patience is needed here. Maybe it's about the timing. Maybe this is what you're waiting for. Be mindful not to rush or push your agenda at this time. Trust in divine timing, and less is is in instant gratification. Having patience allows everything to unfold as it should. The seeds have been planted, now let them grow. So if you have started to take action in this situation, maybe this is just about doing things at the right time and not rushing the situation so you can get the outcome that you would like. Because the reality is, dreams realized, manifest. You have the power to create and manifest what you desire when you choose to push outside of your comfort zone and have determination. Your dreams become reality. Now is the time to take action and have a clear focus on what you want. The universe works with you to create it by using your manifesting power for your highest good. So, if this is truly where you want to go, you are ready for the change, you're ready to take responsibility to get yourself out of this situation that you find yourself in where you're unhappy because you're dealing with someone that has you trapped in your head because they are stubborn, they are closed-minded, they are emotionally manipulating you on a constant basis. Then yes, start to take the actions. Get yourself out of isolation. Reach out to those that you feel you can trust. And it doesn't even have to be, family or people, that you know by blood. It can be anyone who you feel you can trust that can help you through this situation. But the most important thing is to take the action, to take accountability for the situation you find yourself in, make a plan, and just start to act on it. The timing will work itself out as long as you're taking the steps, collective. Okay. All right, you guys. Well, this is what I have for whoever this is for. Take what resonates, leave what does not. This message wasn't for you. Please check out the channel. There are other messages available as well. But if this is you, we're always rooting for you. Take it one day at a time. Don't be so hard on yourself. But find those that you can trust so you don't feel like it's a battle you're doing by yourself. The people can't help you get out of this, but it's okay to have support through it. Hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe, and follow me. But until next time, you guys, bye. And P.S., you know what I always say, you got this.